Why don't dyslexics take advantage of the accommodations they're given? This is a great question that leaves parents questioning it because most of the time parents are just like, I have fought so long and so hard to get you these accommodations, and you're not taking advantage of them, and they become very, very frustrated. So today we're going to look at it through your child's eyes and why they're not taking advantage of this. And I have 6 reasons for you. My name is Kathleen, and I'm a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics. I help busy, overwhelmed parents understand their child's frustration with dyslexia so they can support, encourage, and empower them. One of the most frustrating things for a parent is having spent all this time and energy fighting to get your child accommodations, then to turn around and learn that your child isn't even using them. Yeah, it can be absolutely very, very frustrating and leave you scratching your head trying to figure out exactly why they're not taking advantage of this. Today, I'm going to share 6 reasons why they don't take advantage of them and hoping to find a way that we can encourage them to use those accommodations. So, reason number 1 simply comes down to they're embarrassed. That's right. They're embarrassed. They know that they need it. They know that it's going to help them, but they're embarrassed. And I know for me, this happened in high school. And so, quick little story here. When I was in high school, my dad took care of all of my accommodations. He would set up meetings with the teachers and he would go meet with them and make the accommodations, and then I would just execute them. I had one teacher whose wife was a dyslexic teacher. And so he knew exactly what I needed and he was going to give it to me. But the deal was is he was working on self-advocacy, but I didn't realize that at the time. And so he wanted me to go and talk to them. And I was so embarrassed about it that I didn't. So I went the entire year without using accommodations in that classroom because I didn't take the time to go talk to him. Even though he knew exactly what it was and he totally agreed with it, I was just too embarrassed. Reason number 2 follows reason number 1. And all a dyslexic wants to do when we're young and in school is fit in. That's all we want. We don't want to stand out. We are just a normal teenager and want to be a normal teenager. We want everything to be the same. We don't want to stand out and be unique, even though we were born to be that way. We don't want that at this point. We just want to fit in. And so asking for these accommodations makes us stand out and not fit in with our classmates. Then number 3 is all of the murmurs you hear behind your back. Why does she get that? Why is she leaving the classroom to go take a test? Why is this going on? And you see the looks that you get as you're using these to your advantage when other people don't understand exactly why. So when you think about it, you stop and think about it, it really does boil down to being embarrassed and not wanting other people to talk bad about you or trying to figure out what is going on. And sometimes explaining exactly what's going on and admitting that you're different and you don't fit in is very challenging. Number 4 is one that literally brought me to tears every time I heard it. Being told that I'm lazy. It's one of the reasons I didn't take advantage of my accommodations is I was told I was lazy, which is so not true. I've worked longer and harder than everybody else in the class on that subject. But they don't see that. They don't see the hours I spent at home. They don't see the hours I spent before school. They don't see the hours I spent in tutorials. They don't see the hours I spent in tutoring. They don't see that. They just see what they want to see. And to them, I'm lazy because I can't read the information to myself. So reason number 5 comes down to the looks again. So I was able to borrow people's notes because looking at the board and copying the notes just didn't work for me. I tried and I tried and I tried, but when we got home, we couldn't even make out what I had learned. And most of the time, I wasn't paying attention because I was so busy taking the notes and working on it that I missed the important information and need to be retaught when I got home because I missed it because I was too busy worried about copying down the notes. So then I got to start borrowing classmates' notes and making copies. Oh, the looks I got. Like, why do you get this? Why are you the only one? And so trying to figure that out and explaining it to other people, like, yeah, I'm unique and stand out, and it's the way my brain functions, but it was still hard for everybody to understand because to them it looked like I was lazy, and it appeared that I didn't want to try, even though deep down I was trying harder than anybody else. And reason number 6 is a little bit different when it comes to this, but why we don't take advantage of accommodations or we don't raise our hand to offer an answer, even though we think we know it. Sometimes the information in our head gets jumbled a little bit and doesn't quite make sense. And so what we're thinking to be true is actually not. And then when we get called on and give an answer, we give the wrong answer and people don't understand why that answer came out of our mouths. So it could be that we don't understand the math information or we misunderstood the operations. It could be anything, or we're still processing what's going on because most of the time the information takes a longer journey in a dyslexic's head to get to where it needs so it can be processed because we are processing information on the right side of our brain instead of the left. So when you stop and think about that, being called on and giving the wrong answer because we didn't have enough time to process the information or we're just not processing the information correctly can be very embarrassing for an individual. So most of the time, we do not raise our hand and volunteer information because what if we're wrong? And so it really, really hurts our self-confidence when we do give the wrong answer and we're told that we're wrong and we get corrected in front of everybody who's already watched us borrow notes, leave the classroom to take a test, to do this. And it just, with all of this, can really compound on our self-esteem and really hurt it. And that's one of the reasons accommodations are so important because they do give us our time back. But when you think about it in the receiving end and all you want to do is fit in, it's frustrating. It's frustrating for a kid. And so sometimes just take a step back when you get frustrated as a parent and you're like, why are you not taking advantage of this? Look at it from their perspective. Look at how embarrassing it is and how frustrating it is because you know, as a kid growing up, all you wanted to do is fit in. All they want to do is fit in, and it's hard. And so sometimes foregoing those accommodations in front of their friends is something they need to help boost their confidence. I hope you enjoyed this perspective, and if you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.